With a long list of superstars and MVPs in his career. But when it comes to Damian Lillard, he's at the top of that list. Melo said, quote, "I've never played with someone who lifted his team on the court with his play and as a leader. He genuinely cares for his teammates. What he's been able to do is amazing. He's the top guy I've played with." Shannon, is Melo just being a good teammate here, or is he telling the truth?
I believe he believes that, Skip. But just to put this in context, let me go to the guys that he's played with. Now, James Harden. Now, Skip, he only played 10 games with Harden, then he was deactivated and subsequently traded away. But that season, James Harden averaged 36, 7, and 7. And from early December to early March, he averaged 40. Not over 9 games. He averaged 40 for about 3 months. And he had a couple of months where he averaged 44.
So the point is...
I'm just trying to provide some context. I know what Dame has just done. 37, basically 38 points, Skip, and 10 assists. Okay, Russ. Skip, he do realize that Russ averaged a triple-double that year that he played with Russ, right?
He did?
Russ averaged a triple-double. And then he played with AI, who was also an MVP, averaged 34 a month. I think the thing is, but he said something very, 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 very important. I don't know if people captured it. He says he sincerely cares about his teammates. And I think that's what we got to look at. Because, Skip, and also, his experience in Houston, in OKC, wasn't what he thought or what he hoped it would be. And I think the thing is, I believe he thinks that James Harden might have had something to do with that. Skip, 10 games? How do you know what a guy can do after 10 games? That is Carmelo. And so I think the negative taste that he has left in his mouth from those 2 stops have something to do with it. But I believe it. He believes that Dame is the best player that he's played with. I believe that Dame's leadership. I believe that he said that Dame off the court caring about his teammates. So that's what I'm taking from that, Skip. I'm going more leadership and more off the court as opposed to, because, Skip, it's hard for me to say. James Harden basically averaged 37, 7, and 7, Skip, for a season. Not 9 games. And Russ averaged a triple-double. So I believe Melo believes that. But I also believe that the way that his seasons played out in those 2 locales with Russ and with Houston has a bearing on this, him saying this.
I agree. I believe that Damian Lillard has gone out of his way to be supportive of Melo and to honor him. And he said at every juncture, it's crazy to me that anybody could have anything negative to say. He's a Hall of Famer, right? He's a Hall of Famer. Just stop it. Okay? Melo is returning that favor now because he's never been treated with such respect as what Damian is treating him with. And it transcends what you can do. He talked about, I've never been around a player who could lift a team, but he's talking about psychologically, emotionally, as the off-court leader. And I believe that. I believe that, as he said, he genuinely cares for his teammates. I believe that. That's one of the greatest things about Damian Lillard. And that's why that team does love him. And he went out of his way to protect Carmelo, to defer to him, to try to fit him in, and sometimes let him do what you call his beat back down.
It is, Skip. And they're not signing Melo without him signing off, without Dame Lillard signing off on that.
Absolutely.
So that carries a lot of weight, Skip, because Carmelo was always, that draft class is LeBron, D-Wade, Melo. Those guys have titles. Those guys have been finals MVP. LeBron is an MVP. So Carmelo really has, and Carmelo's been an outstanding player, Skip. But when you in that draft class with those guys, look at Olajuwon. Olajuwon had an unbelievable career, 2-time Finals MVP. Skip, he's an MVP of the league. But who also came out in '84? That guy, Jordan. Charles Barkley had an unbelievable career. But that guy, and that's how it plays out. Sometimes you just can be. When you come in a draft class with somebody that's so transcendent that even though you have a great career, yours gets swept under the rug because of guys in that class.
So Damian Lillard decided from jump to go out of his way to help salvage the back end of Carmelo. Maybe this is the last year. He's talking about playing next year. And I won't be surprised if he does in this situation.
I hope he plays in Portland.
Right, exactly, because that's the one place to play. But now to your comparisons. With Allen Iverson beside him for that one full season in Denver, 07, 08. Allen made the All-Star team. Duh. You know, he's going to. But he also played all 82 and led the league in minutes played.
Yes.
So he's still playing at a high level.
Yes.
Averaged 26 and 7 alongside Carmelo averaging 30.
Right.
And that team went 50 and 32.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, Portland right now is what, 35 and 39. So it's not the same.
Right.
You know, you can't compare. And yet that team got swept by the Lakers. I think this team is also going to get swept by the Lakers,
Right.
but that's just me.
Okay.
But it didn't end well for AI and Carmelo there. And then in that one full season in Oklahoma City, they went 48 and 34. That's pretty good.
That's still better than what they're going right here in Portland.
35 and 39. So wouldn't Carmelo want to honor that?
Right.
And you point out Russ is averaging a triple-double. And then they had that shootout with Utah, and Donovan Mitchell and Russ went back and forth.
Right.
It was like epic.
Right.
Utah won out.
Right.
Russ has not been extraordinary in playoffs.
Correct.
Okay? So, but still, to say this is the best I've played with, nobody could lift a team, well, stop that.
Right.
But again, psychologically, emotionally, we get it.
And then what about Harden?
What about Harden?
Skip,
I know. It was just a minute, literally a minute. It
Yes.
was just a blip. So I don't even know how to qualify
Right.
it. I don't know how to pay much credibility to
Well,
it.
Carmelo, had you stayed in Houston,
know.
you got an opportunity
And,
to see
and CP3.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you had stayed in Houston, you got an opportunity to see something that you might not see again. A guy averaged 37, 77 for a season and have basically over a 3-month period where he averages 40.
Yep.
That's what James Harden did. He finished second in the MVP voting to Giannis, obviously. But he did that.
Yeah. So has it done my heart good to watch what Carmelo has been able to do
Yeah.
to resurrect?
Right.
Sure. Did I just like fall out of my chair and roll on the floor happy that Melo hit the dagger after he was 0 for 5 from 3? Yes. It was extraordinary.
But Skip, I mean, people say, well, I can't believe people said he was washed. But Carmelo led to that. Carmelo was not playing in those 10 games in Houston like he's playing now. He did not play in OKC like he's playing now. So don't make it seem like, oh, this is a fabrication.
No.
Y'all don't know what y'all was looking at. Go watch the tape. I'm happy for Carmelo. Skip, one of the first signed jerseys that I got is
Really?
the Carmelo Anthony jersey.
In
Because in Denver.
Got it.
I was there when he arrived there, Skip, saw him play a bunch. So, but this Carmelo Anthony here has accepted his role.
He has.
Skip, they allow him at times, as you
They
mentioned.
do every once in a while.
And
it's like he tosses him a bone every once in a while.
Yes.
Here, do what you do.
Yes.
Right?
And nobody else was willing to do that.
Yep.
Harden, they didn't, look, get on the, shoot the 3. That's what we got you here for, to shoot the 3.
Yeah.
Portland says, okay, Melo, we want you to shoot the 3, but we'll let you do what you do.
Right.
Back it down and turn over one of those shoulders and shoot that ball away.
I give Damian Lillard full credit
Yes.
for making this happen.
Yes.
I do.
Yes, he's the leader, absolutely.
Okay, guys, here's a question for you. Is this the season that we see the return of Des Bryant? There's more news here. I'll tell you after
Turn
the
of the
break.
dance.